Williams from the corner. Oh, he can knock down threes, Kenny. Now he's going to go back door. Oh, what a feed. Feed to Ume, who goes up for the slam. Devin Lilly drives, pulls up, fires home a two.
I'll tell you, man, you cannot underestimate the hustle this big man gives you. Strap in your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, inside Dakota High School, home of the Cougars, as they get set to take on the Eisenhower Eagles girls varsity MAC Red action tonight. I'm Brad Fetters for Chippewa Valley Cable Television, joined once again by Iroquois 8th grade head basketball coach Jeff Vitale. And Jeff, a really good matchup here tonight between two teams right in the mix in the MAC Red.
Yeah, it's a big game because you got to keep pace with Grosse Pointe North, who's the only undefeated team left in the Red Division. And, you know, last year, Brad, we got to see a young Eisenhower Eagles team now who had a little bit of seasoning in them. They are explosive, a lot of firepower, and the Dakota Cougar defense is going to need to be stellar tonight if they're going to want to knock off this explosive Eisenhower basketball team.
You mentioned explosive. These two teams, the top offenses in the MAC Red. Eisenhower averaging 53 points per game. Dakota right behind them at 48.5 points per game. Cougars come in with a record of 5-5, 2-1 in the MAC Red. Eisenhower 6-2, 2-1 as well in the MAC Red. Both teams looking up at Grosse Pointe North, who's a perfect 3-0 in MAC Red play. Both of these teams having lost games to Grosse Pointe North. So an opportunity to kind of stay within shouting distance here tonight.
Well, and don't forget, too, Dakota's non-conference schedule played some of the top teams in the state. They had a brutal non-conference schedule. So, you know, game tonight, let's see what happens. But, you know, defense is going to really come into play here if the Cougars want to walk away with one. This stack has been unbelievable this year.
Ava Goichai tried a pass up to the top of the key. Was looking for Ava Stack. And we'll have a turnover there to the Cougars.
Well, I like the matchup because they put Simone on her, and so you're talking about two players right now who are about as hot as anybody in the MAC Red are going to guard each other tonight. We're going to be in for a treat.
Cougars in their home white with Dakota in script lettering across the front. First shot of the ball game belongs to Simone Andrews, who misses wide. Cross-court pass over to Gabby Brooks Foster, a very talented freshman for head coach Phil McCune. Dakota comes in winners of 2 in a row. Eisenhower has won 5 of their last 6. Backcourt violation called against Dakota. Basketball over to Eisenhower. Eisenhower lines up this way. Margaret McGuire, Jennifer McWethy, Ava Stack, Ava Gochai, and Alexis Paradas. 3 on the way for the Eagles, no good. 3 blue jerseys in the paint. Nobody could come down with the rebound. Simone Andrews, right wing side, pulls up, dribbles the ball behind her back, now defers back to Gabby Brooks Foster. Foster yo-yos the basketball in her left hand, now crosses over. Tries to split a couple defenders, floated up a shot, no good. Eisenhower will slow things down as they get it into the front court. Ava Stack was held and fouled.
Yeah, and you know, earlier in the Christmas tournament, you know, Simone broke the school record for points in a game with 38. Fantastic performance as the Cougars won their holiday tournament they were in. And Olivia Stack has had a 30-point game as well.
And lay in there by Gracie Maloney.
Oh, and a little steal, look out. Cougars caught Eisenhower napping there a little bit as Simone kind of jumped the pass, didn't really pay attention on the inbound, and Simone going on the line for 2.
You mentioned that Simone Andrews' performance at new school record, 38 points in their 70-49 victory over Saginaw Arthur Hill.
Yeah, previous record was Heidi Warshinsky, who was one heck of a player here, and that record was up there for a long, long time. Before Simone just put on the performance of her career.
Simone, only a junior, so she will be back next year for head coach Phil McCune.
And you can just see a big difference this year from last year. Just a little different of a swagger for her. You know, having that little bit of seasoning, she's just a much different player than she was last year.
Little full court pressure now by the Cougars, and they turn the Eagles over. Laid up, laid in. Tambry Williams. Eagles do a much better job of breaking that full court pressure this time. Floating it up, no good. Put back, no good, but they will say it will stay with Eisenhower.
They called that a clean block, but it looked like she was kind of clobbered in the face there a little bit. But Dakota right now off to a great start. You got to be happy if you're Coach McCune.
Man, they're going to wave that shot off. Ava Stack kind of hooked her defender. That's quickly her second personal foul.
Yeah, two big ones early on Ava Stack, and that's huge because you're talking about Eisenhower's main firepower here, and she's got to really, really careful how she plays here. Early on this game, not even 2 minutes in, 2 fouls.
Backcourt of Andrews and Brooks Foster. Forwards for Coach McCune, India Reese, Tambry Williams, and Gracie Maloney. Running out of real estate, McWethy went up with the lay-in attempt, no good. Brooks Foster slams on the breaks. Jumpers, no good. Rebound ripped down by Williams. Put back, no good. And Simone Andrews cleans it up.
Cougars, super aggressive on the offensive glass to start. They have really come out and set the tone. And right now the Eagles just seem to be going a little bit too fast. You know, some layups, but a little bit more out of control layups. Haven't been able to make, where the Cougars are getting a lot of steals and a lot of offensive rebounds right underneath the basket and converting, giving them their 8-0 lead.
Andrews able to intercept that pass. Quickly looks up the floor. Surveys the scene, dumps it off down low. Terrific find to Tambry Williams. And head coach Cliff Piper wants a timeout. Eagles down early, 10-0. 5:20 left to go in the first.
Yeah, if you're the Cougars, you can't ask more for what has happened so far early in this game. Great interior passing, getting a lot of layups right at the basket, good looks at the basket, and converting. The Eagles, on the other hand, really trying to struggle to get good looks at the basket. Cougars very active defensively. You know, even the one where they had 3 underneath the boards and Simone came away with it, you know, still, I mean, they're just aggressive hands, looking down the floor, getting on the floor, beating them down the floor. And with Stack with 2 fouls early, really going to change the way how she plays defense in this first half.
About a nightmare of a scenario as it comes for Eisenhower here on the road.
Yeah, you put 2 good teams playing each other, Brad. You definitely don't want to spot the other team 10 right off the bat. That's really playing. You know, we saw last night with the boys varsity playing catch up all night to Roseville. It just wears you out trying to play chase the whole night. You know, and the Eagles, I mean, obviously you're not going to make that up in one possession. You got to just slowly chip away. But right now they just don't seem to have any flow offensively. They just got to settle down and start to play their game because they really have it in the first 2.5 minutes.
McWethy going to bring things up here for Eisenhower. Flips a pass to Stack, who immediately draws a double team. Eisenhower able to pass out of it. Good heads-up defense by Simone Andrews, knocking that ball out of bounds.
Great job by Simone there, dropping to the bottom of that, knocking it out of bounds.
McGuire triggers, gets the ball out of that half-court inbound pass. And then passing to a spot and another turnover. 3-on-1 for the Cougars if they hurry. Gracie Maloney can't finish. Quickly up the floor, McWethy. 15-footer's good. First bucket of the night belongs to Margaret McGuire.
That was a heck of a defensive play. The Cougars had a 2-on-1, looked like an easy basket, and the block comes down for 2 the other way for the Eagles. Tremendous transition defensive play there by the Eagles.
Andrews on the right wing side. Gabby Brooks Foster. Tough pass. Corralled there by Reese. Reese drives to her left. Banks it off the board. No good. And now we got a travel call against Abigail Claff.
Yeah, trying to go too fast. She just couldn't keep that plant foot down. Turns it back over to the Cougars.
Gabriella Gochai into the game. Freshman for Eisenhower. That's a three, and it's good. India Reese.
Yeah, the lone senior in the scoring column. That is a double dribble. I don't know why that is not called.
That is a NBA three. Wow, Ava Stack from distance.
Well, get ready, because she's going to knock down a few more. This girl can shoot it anywhere on the floor. The line is just a suggestion, Brad.
Now Stack's going to bring it up. Quickly flips a pass over to McWethy. Into the corner for Goichai. She drives. Floats one up, no good. Tough luck miss for the freshman. Brooks Foster.
Nice pass.
Big time Jets. And a foul there on Tambry Williams, who followed up her miss. And will go to the line to shoot two. 3:30 left to go, first quarter of play. Cougars in front, 13-5.
Yeah, it was a great job by Gabby to go to her left, getting the 2-on-1 there, and she laid a beautiful pass. And Tambry just couldn't finish it. Nice stroke on the free throw, though. Yeah, I made a comment earlier, Brad, about the double dribble. When you catch a ball and drop it and pick it back up, that's your dribble. And then she picked it up and started dribbling again. I don't know why a lot of referees don't call it anymore. That is a double dribble. It's been a double dribble since the beginning of time in the game of basketball.
Was that one of James Naismith's original rules?
Yeah.
Driving baseline, stepping on the baseline, out of bounds, McWethy.
I really like the activeness of the Dakota defense. They're just making everything very difficult on the Eagles. And right now, Ike is struggling with this full court pressure the Cougars are put on. They're trapping in corners. The hands are very active. Even on the far end, when they do break it and get to the basket, nothing is easy. Dakota right now, outstanding defensively.
Brooks Foster, a little scoop shot. No good. Offensive rebound again by Tambry Williams.
Tambry Williams has been a monster on the glass.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say she has taken over this basketball game. Ava Stack gonna get called for the offensive foul. It's her third. She knew it.
This is gonna change the game immensely, because now she's gonna have to sit a while. Your main scorer is on the bench. Main scorer is on the bench with only 3 points on that NBA three, and she's gonna have three for a while, Brad. And right now, someone on this team is going to have to step up, or Dakota is in danger of blowing this game wide open. We still have just under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. It's 16-5.
We saw this Dakota team get off to a very hot start on our lone broadcast of theirs against Chippewa Valley. They put up a ton of first quarter points and never looked back. Terrific drive and pull-up jumper by Simone Andrews.
Boy, she is so good at getting herself into the position to score.
And Williams going to pick up a reach-in foul.
She was a little late getting there, but Tambry and Simone right now, 13 points of their 18 for the Cougars out the bat. And Coach McCune's got to love it when your two horses like that are really coming off the gates early, because that's going to open up a lot of players. You got Garvagli on the floor. You got Tegan Malloy. So, I mean, you know, this team can explode at any time right now. This game is dangerously close to getting out of hand early for the Eagles.
Tegan Malloy, one of the captains for this Dakota team, on the floor now off the bench. And a little miscommunication, too many Eagles in the same spot. As Gabriella Gochai and Paige Hayes come together.
Well, McWethy was going to line it up, and Tambry did a nice job of coming up and helping out, putting that big long arm up. She had to pass on it and turn the ball over.
How good is this backcourt for Dakota?
Oh. Look at her, just rebounding machine right now. She's just a rebounding machine right now. They have no answer for Tambry Williams. A few more subs coming in here.
Brooks Foster checks out. Gia Rizzo in. Little catch and shoot for Tambry Williams.
Man, she is feeling it. 9 points already. You got to have at least 6 or 7 rebounds, Brad. Yeah, a lot of reaching right there.
Tambry said to her teammate Simone Andrews, anything you can do, I can do better perhaps. Maybe that school record short-lived.
Maybe a 38-point night in the future here for Tambry Williams.
Maybe that school record will only last 2 days, 2 games rather.
They got 9. One's got 9, the other's got 6 right now, and they're off to a flying start.
First free throw is no good.
Yeah. So right now, Eisenhower completely flustered with the defense of the Cougars right now. They are all over the Eagles.
Empty
Another
trip
board
at the line for Goichi.
Nice pass. Look at Tambry. She is everywhere.
McWethy into the corner. 3 on the way. Long. Andrews had it momentarily. Still has control. Tie up. Possession arrow. Nope, we're going to get a timeout called. Came via the bench.
I don't know about that. Both players had the ball. You really can't issue a timeout when both players have the ball. We saw that last night in the boys' game. That kind of things kind of exploded from there, Brad. And there's a few parents down here complaining, and they have every right because I don't think that was a very good call. When you have both simultaneous possession, you can't issue a timeout because no one clearly established possession of the ball. McWethy tied up Simone from behind, never saw her coming, and then the timeout was called. It was too late. That ball should have been a jump ball, which was Eisenhower basketball. Trying to be right down the middle, Brad. That's what we do here.
Just call it the way it is.
We don't pick a side of the fence. We walk right on the post. Where'd I come up with this stuff?
That's a good one.
Man, I'm telling you.
I may have to use that one in the future. Andrews across the Cougar logo at half court. Eyes the 3, wants the 3, banks in the 3.
This has got to be near a season high in points in the quarter. They had 23, and there's still a minute to go. And now the Eagles are going to turn it over. But, I mean, everything going in the basket right now for the Cougars. Nothing right now going in the basket for the Eagles. And these are kind of tough games. We kind of saw that last night with the boys. Nothing was falling early for both teams. But just for all night long, the Dakota boys varsity couldn't get things going. But right now, the girls, boy, that rim seems like it's shooting into a garbage can right now.
Jessica Moshenko into the game for the Cougars.
By the way, that 3 by Andrews just ties Tambry, so they both have 9. So I don't think Simone wants the school record to go anywhere.
Brooklyn Garvalia also into the game. Little baseball pass to McWethy. Up ahead, trying to find a streaking Herodes. And now we got a foul on the floor.
Just right now, they're just trying to make something happen right now. They got to get something going, down 18 points early. You know, last night, Chippewa Valley got down 17-4 to L'Anse Creuse North. The boys only lost by 4, but that 17-4 deficit came really back to hurt them. How do you make up an 18-point deficit in 24 minutes?
And now a steal by Andrews.
Especially with the defense, the way the Cougars are playing. Look out, she can shoot it.
No good. Mashenko trying to track down that rebound, and she does.
Nice hustle, Jessica.
Was able to save it to Rizzo, and now an intercept. McWethy stepped in front of that pass. And 18 seconds remaining in the first.
Yeah, Herodes, nice job there. Get their hands on the ball, and you know, they're not giving up. Ike's battling right now. They just can't get much to fall right now offensively. They're playing hard.
Gotta get this pass in. Goichai got it. Ava Goichai.
Yeah,
Shanko might have got away with a little bit of a reach in there. Now Andrews again. Andrews, plenty of time, beats everybody down the floor. Was trying to drop a pass off to Garvalia. And now Eisenhower will not beat the buzzer. That will not count. And after 1 quarter of play, Dakota leads it 23-5. We'll leave it right here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Jeff, your thoughts on a very exciting quarter of basketball by the Dakota Cougars?
Cougars came out and put a lot of full court D on the Eagles, and just nothing came easy that quarter for Eisenhower. Then when Stack getting in foul trouble, really kind of changed the complexion of it. Here's something to think about though, Brad. Dakota right now is 16 fouls. So the next foul, Eisenhower is shooting free throws. So maybe that could be something that could get Ike back into this game, is the kind of, I don't want to say over-aggressiveness, but 6 fouls to 4. Next foul, Ike's shooting, and maybe if you knock down some free throws and try to trim this lead down, maybe at 18 you try to get it as close to 10. You just try to kind of take it down in chunks, because you can't get it all back in one possession.
Now let me ask you, with Ava Stack in foul trouble, how quickly do you bring her out? Do you bring her out right now to start the second quarter?
I don't think so. 8 minutes is a lot of time. Maybe see kind of how the quarter starts to go. And if maybe at like the 4-minute mark you want to tell, but she's got to play so passive on defense, it's not even funny. And be careful of taking the ball to the basket. You don't pick up an offensive a 4th foul. She probably doesn't see the game again to the 4th quarter. And she is on the bench right now. I mean, it's you can't lose your star. Oh boy.
And now it's Reese beating everybody down the floor, lays it up, lays it in.
Boy, India kicked that in another gear, didn't she?
Put on the Jets. McWethy feeling that pressure. Boy, oh boy, 3 white jerseys surround her. She's able to beat the 10-second clock. Kick inside and getting it home, Maradas. Pull up, long range 2, no good. Ball bounces around down low and finally corralled by Eisenhower. Outlet pass up ahead. Thought about the long range shot. Couple steps in front of the 3-point line, no good. Tambry rebounds it.
It's like watching Dennis Rodman in the heyday. She's just getting every rebound right now. No one can stop her. And now Simone Andrews getting going. This is not good right now for the Eisenhower Eagles. Simone 11, Tambry got to have almost a double-double right now. I mean, this has been a tremendous first-half performance by the Dakota Cougars. Coach McEwen patrolling that sideline at 6'10". He is into this game, isn't he?
Lives and dies by every possession. Look at that, Tambry Williams. Tie up possession arrow to Dakota.
You notice how no one sits on the bleachers behind Coach McEwen because you can't see the floor.
You said that, not me. Coach McEwen, a great sport, welcoming us.
I can say that he likes me.
Into a preseason practice, interviewed him and his captains for our preseason show.
Did your neck get sore looking up?
I needed a step stool,
Yes,
as a matter of fact.
Probably a couple of them. He is a big man, but a great basketball coach. Does a lot to help us over at Iroquois, brings the girls over. It's very supportive.
Andrews able to spin out. Whoa, boy.
Downtown.
Brooks Foster off the back heel. 18-footer, no good. Too strong. And Eisenhower down 20. Stack back into the game, and the ball stripped out of her hands and out of bounds.
She just can't get a foul call right now. She's got to be thinking, hey, you whistled me 3 quick ones. Give me a little something here.
And you can see that she wants to be aggressive. She wants to get to that bucket. And right now she is being guarded by Tambry Williams. A little bit of a mismatch there. So Coach McEwen electing to put some size and probably his best defender on Ava Stack.
She knows no other gear, Brad. I mean, she is pedal to the metal 32 minutes. So to be sitting right now, just got to be destroying her. She's used to playing, and 3 fouls. It doesn't happen very often that Ava Stack gets 3 fouls in the first few minutes of a ball game.
She tries to drive baseline, a little up and under, no good. And it's going to stay with Eisenhower. So right now, on this possession, it has been all Ava Stack as they try to get her involved as much as they can with that foul trouble. It's got to be frustrating. Whoa, big block shot there by Andrews. And now a steal. Oh, boy. Beautiful basketball right now by Simone Andrews.
Boy, they are just hitting on all cylinders right now, and just Ike's not hitting on any.
13 first half points for Andrews. Stack fires a pass. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good.
Goichai. They need something right now, anything.
Calling for the basketball, Reese. Little hesitation dribble. Goes up with the bunny, no good.
Oh, look who got the rebound.
Williams rips it down.
That's got to be a double-double for Tambry Williams right now. It's her 11th point. She's got to have over 10 rebounds. Oh, that could have been a moving screen.
Ball comes bouncing up, trying to bank it in.
Puff Path with the rebound. Nice rebound there by Sydney.
Puff Path recently into the ball game. Simone Andrews.
Well, guess who got the rebound?
Williams again with the offensive rebound, goes up strong, no good. Ava Stack, 3-on-1 now for the Eagles. Stack all the way in,
nice
dishes
dish.
it off, no good. Stack on the floor. And Williams beats everybody down the floor but can't finish.
Nice hustle there by Gojai to get back and almost made a great play on defense there.
Reese went crashing into the scorer's table, and now we got a shooting foul.
You don't think the girls are in this game and know the importance of this game? I mean, down 22, I mean, kids are flying in the scorer's table and the benches, making hustle plays for blocks on breakaway layups. This is a big game early on in the season. You know, Grosse Pointe North is a very, very talented basketball team. If they start to pull away on the teams, they are going to be very tough to catch. They are just traditionally just an absolute powerhouse. And this year, Brad, not a JV or freshman team.
Really?
They have no JV or freshman team. He has about a dozen girls they practice off to the side because they didn't have enough girls come out, so he's trying to groom some of the younger ones. They don't have enough to make a team.
Wow. Gabriella Goichai able to knock down both free throws, and as we mentioned, both of these teams losing to Grosse Pointe North, both teams losing on their home floors.
Yeah, Grosse Pointe North is just so patient, so well prepared, and those are going to be tough. Those are going to be tough games to try to go get at their place, but you got to go get it.
3 on the way short. Alexis Oltersdorf into the game for Dakota. And this time it's McWethy, and we'll get a timeout called by Eisenhower.
Yeah, a couple little runouts there. Coach McEwen wants to put an end to that really quick. He does not want to let Ike get any kind of momentum right now, as they got that lead finally back under 20. But again, in the bonus, we'll see, 2 big free throws just that last possession before the layup. We'll see if the free throws kind of come into play here in the second quarter. I mentioned that right at the break.
Couple road contests coming up for Dakota. Both games in Grosse Pointe. They'll take on South in a couple days. It'll be on Friday the 13th. And then they'll turn around and play Grosse Pointe North on January 17th before returning home to take on L'Anse Creuse North on the 19th. So that's the upcoming schedule for the Cougars. Back-to-back road games against Grosse Pointe South and Grosse Pointe North, and then a home game against L'Anse Creuse.
Well, the one good thing this year about playing L'Anse Creuse North is they're not the Macomb County Team of the Year this year. They lost quite a bit. That class that went through, unbelievably talented. And I'm sure teams are going to be lining up to take some shots at them as L'Anse Creuse North has kind of walked their way through a lot of teams in this area over the past few years and had a lot of success.
Yeah, get a little taste of revenge, right?
Everyone's got those games circled and, looking forward to playing those guys.
Brooks Foster running the point. Has been a facilitator in this ball game. Has yet to find the score sheet.
Yeah, she's had some open looks, but she's just done a good job of handling the ball. Boy, can she shoot it from out there. It's a little long, but she's got the range.
Eisenhower trailing by 18. Under 3.5 minutes remaining first half. Stack misses short. India Reese comes down with the rebound. Eisenhower getting back defensively. Reese thought about the 3, fakes it, no look pass to Brooks Foster. Misses short. And we'll say last touch by Eisenhower.
India Reese has come out playing just fired up too. She is ready to roll this game. She's been all over the offensive glass, steals, leading the break. The referee's going to confer here to see if that ball wasn't touched. I think the coach asked about that. It looked like it went off Tambry, but they're going to confer. And the referee's going to stay with his original call.
Yeah. Simone Andrews back in the game. Got a little bit of a breather there. So Oltersdorf returns to the bench. Trying to feed it inside to Gracie Maloney. And Eisenhower with a transition bucket. McWethy.
They're doing a nice job now getting some transition buckets. They're kind of chopping away here. Cougars are going to have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball and getting some quality possessions.
Maloney on the give and go.
Oh!
And Williams and one.
How did she get that up? She got hammered, somehow used her left hand to kind of slip it in there amongst all the arms and laid it in. And has tied Simone Andrews for the high score of the game so far. As it kind of little got cat and mouse game going back and forth. And now the second player for Eisenhower picked up her third foul. Gabriella Gochai. So both players with 3. That's gonna, again, just change the complexion of how Eisenhower, that's what their identity is.
After the made free throw, Dakota comes out with that full court pressure. Eisenhower able to beat it. Stack goes up strong with the right hand. No good. Tapped around. Loose on the floor, and now Tambry Williams. Over to Andrews.
Boy, everybody in a white jersey is hustling tonight.
Just terrific court vision by Andrews. Never takes her eyes off the horizon. Always heads up. Stack just with that lone three-pointer. Now flip the no-look pass and trying to communicate with her teammate Abigail Claff. A little bit of a one-sided conversation there.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Stack trying to get her teammates back in this basketball game.
Well, she's a leader, man. That's what she does, and that's what good players do, make other players around her better, and that's kind of what you expect out of your senior leader. But, man, the Cougars are just, I don't think Coach McEwen could have dialed up the first half that he's seen his girls play so far. He's got to be ecstatic with how these girls have played so far.
Now another tap away, and Stack watches it bounce off her leg and out of bounds.
Garvaglia's come in and give them minutes, not to mention the starters, but, how well Reese, Puffpat, everybody. Everyone's come in and just played hard. They've gotten some kind of a steal, rebound, putback, assist. Everyone has just contributed right now, and the Cougar Express is rolling right now.
Little step back 3, and
another rebound.
You'd like to see Brooks Foster get going offensively. That would be just phenomenal. That would make Dakota pretty much unstoppable, as Andrews has a little bit of a blow by. Now she picks up her own rebound there. It was out of bounds.
Well, Brooks Foster gets going with the way Andrews and Williams are playing. Eisenhower's in trouble. Teagan coming in for Brooks Foster. I like this defensive strategy Coach McEwen has got Tambry playing Stack. It is hard to shoot over those long arms. Boy, she is just a long body to try to play offense against.
McWethy with the intercept. It's a little bit of a screen there, but can't finish. Now on the floor, jump ball.
McWethy has been quite the defensive spark plug for him. She's been all over the floor tonight, try to help pick up the foul troubles that their 2-star players have gotten in early. She has played very well.
Minute 10 left to go, first half of play. So glad you decided to tune us in tonight here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television, live streaming on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Best way to stay up to date on all of our programming right here on Chippewa Valley Cable.
I'm going to steal a line from Jamal Williams right now. Hey, we Chippewa Valley Cable Sports. Subscribe, man, subscribe.
I thought you were going to say, I don't watch TV. I think Jamal Williams also said that. We hope that's not the case.
Leaders of the hidden den of the whatever he said.
Yeah, apparently that was some sort of anime.
Yes, I
reference.
Still don't know what he said. But it was cool.
Andrews between the circles. And she's going to go to the line, and that's Ava Stack's fourth.
Oh, that's going to hurt. She can get to the basket right now whenever she wants. She has just taken over this game. And Ava Stack, you're not going to see her the rest of this half. I don't think you're going to see her to the fourth quarter. 4 fouls just kill her for them. And Simone Can, the free throw, doesn't help either. She gets 2, takes the lead back from Tambry at 15 points. Williams has 14. Oh.
Another steal by Andrews. Shovel pass up ahead to Maloney. Tried to use the high glass, no good. And finally, Eisenhower will vacate their defensive zone.
Yeah, they're just not letting Ike catch the breath at all.
Delaney Bruno into the game. Picks up her dribble. Inside to Nicholson. A little bit of a different look here for Eisenhower as they've really brought in quite a few reserves. This might be an instance now where head coach Cliff Piper is just kind of going to see what he's got on his bench.
Yeah, I mean, right now, with not being able to have Stack back for quite a while here, you're looking for anything right now. And boy, they get bailed out with that. It looked like she traveled before the foul. 1/10 of a second left. Going to get a one-on-one. She missed it badly.
That didn't hit rim. So that will go over to the Cougars, and you won't have any time to get off a shot.
You got to throw it down the floor and just alley-oop tip in.
Easier said than done.
Ask Eastern Michigan.
You get your high jumper out there and just.
And Tambry's right there.
Yeah,
that's who I throw it to.
Oh, we're gonna try to roll it. That could have not worked. No, that was destined to fail. And that will do it for the first half of play. 36-18, the Dakota Cougars in front of the Eisenhower Eagles. The two teams will head to their locker rooms. We'll take a quick break here on CVC TV, but when we come back, it'll be the start of the second half of play.
This is a message to raise awareness of the dangers of youth use of alcohol and other drugs. These are some facts about youth prescription opioid medication misuse from the National Institute on Drug Abuse. Teen abuse of prescription opioid medications has declined steadily over past years. However, young adults 18 to 24 are the largest group abusing prescription medication, including opioids, medications prescribed for ADHD, and anti-anxiety medication. Those that abuse prescription opioids are at greater risk of becoming addicted, of negative life and health consequences, of overdose, and death. Prescription opioids are chemically related to heroin. Nearly 80% of people addicted to heroin started first by abusing opioid medications. Teens that misuse prescription medication get it from their friends, from unsecured medication at their home, or from the home of a relative. Lock up, properly dispose, and never share medication. For more information on the abuse of opioid medication, visit drugabuse.gov.
Welcome back inside the gymnasium. In front of the Eisenhower Eagles, 36-18, start of the third quarter of play. Brad Fetters alongside Jeff Vitale, and Jeff, 29 of Dakota's 36 points scored by Simone Andrews and Tambry Williams. To say they have been a 1-2 punch tonight would be a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, a little bit. They've been outstanding, not to mention the defensive end as well as the glass.
Eisenhower's arguably their best player, Ava Stack, just 3 points, has been in foul trouble all night long. Currently on the bench with 4 personal fouls. One would think she will be on the bench for quite some time. As head coach Cliff Piper is going to have to find a way to work her back into this basketball game with those 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, Brad, you would have to think she's at least got to sit till the fourth quarter. And there's a lot of time left, but she comes in and gets a foul. They're in big, big trouble. So, not to mention that, but you got another player, Gabriella Gochai, she's picked up 3 fouls. So, Ike's got to be careful.
Ooh, might have got away with a little bit of a double dribble there.
One thing you don't want to do, Brad, if you're the Cougars, is kind of come out a little stale to start the half. You want to come out with that aggression you came out with at the beginning of the game, push this lead up even more, make Eisenhower chase you and wear him out.
Devin Raymond picking up that last bucket. She's a sophomore. And we'll see if she is perhaps a player that gets extended minutes now with Stack on the bench.
You know, we mentioned the 1-2 punch, but I'll tell you who's kind of starting to come across that number 3 punch is India Reese right now, who has played a very good first half, not just getting a few baskets here and there, but she has made some huge steals. She's gotten some rebounds, and right here gets a big offensive rebound and now shooting 2 at the free throw line.
Reese has a 3-point bucket as well as a 2-pointer, so 5 points total for India Reese in this game.
One of the girls I had a pleasure to coach, I saw her on the floor before while I was down there kissing babies. You know how I do it.
Yep.
And gave her a little high five and told her, let's go. And, you know, she got a little smile there. So she's played with a lot of energy tonight, which helps complement Williams and Andrews.
Folks, if you know Jeff Vitale, he walks around pregame and he knows every single person in this gym. Everybody comes up to him, shakes his hand, offers him a hug. He's a celebrity, a local celebrity, and I'm privileged to know you, Jeff.
Godfather of Chippewa Valley? Not that much?
Jeff Vitale fan club, man. 1,000 strong, let me tell you. Oh, look at that move.
Oh, look at Reese with the steal.
Andrews again, and Eisenhower's going to call timeout, down 20. Cougars have officially doubled up Eisenhower. The lead now, 40-20, 6:10 left to go in the third.
Just to see the level of maturity Simone Andrews has. Good player last year, but she's at a different level this year. I mean, everything around the basket in, say, maybe a 7-foot radius is in the basket. Nothing misses. And it's smooth, and she's right-handed, left-hand, steals all over the floor. Her presence is just so much bigger than it was last year, and you can just see it resonate in her game. It's a lot of fun to watch, just to see that growth as a player. You know, I'm sure, you know, she's putting in a lot of time and hard work. I'm sure Coach McCune's got something to do with it. Whoever she works with in the offseason has got something to do with it. But she's definitely, you can see, has put the time in and has really turned herself into one heck of a player. And only a junior, like you said earlier.
Simone Andrews, one of the players we featured in our preseason show, so make sure you search for that on YouTube. And caught a little bit out of room and out of space there, Tambourine Williams. And now a trap on the far side. McGuire, chest high pass inside to Claft, unable to finish at the rim, but she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Tambourine came up too high to play a pass that really wasn't going to happen. She missed the girl right behind her, and then basically the Eagles ended up with a 3-on-1 and left poor Gracie Maloney all by herself to play some defense.
Off the back heel and out.
Boy, that rim for the Eagles tonight kind of feels like the rim that the boys' varsity basketball team last night was struggling. They were just struggling to kind of knock anything down, and boy, the Eagles just trying to find something right now.
That
was on 20, but they just have a mountain to climb right now, Brad.
Brooks Foster, to get her going. Oh, nice find inside. The dime to Brooks Foster, the bucket to Gracie Maloney. And another steal. Now Foster had her shot blocked. McWethy out in front.
Well, McWethy's made a lot of great hustle plays right now for the Eagles. I mean, she is the single reason they're even in an eye shot of the Cougars.
Yeah, McWethy with 9 points now for Eisenhower. Supplying the defense there. Andrews, a little hesitation. Foot on the line, 2. No good. Maloney goes up strong. Oh, nice job there by Reese to bring that basketball out. Instead of immediately going up with it, she brought it out, collected, and went back.
Yeah, it was almost like a reverse drop step, and she just got herself a nice little 5-footer and hit it off the window. She's got 7 right now, Brad. So let's refer to them right now as a dynamic trio. 40 points.
40 of 44. Grace Maloney is the other scorer with 4. And this feels very similar to those Dakota teams that are making long playoff runs. Not quite willing to say they're there yet.
Well, I mean, you definitely, they go on to win this game. This is something that you can really build off of going forward and show them, like, look, this is what we're capable of. We got to continue to harness this and get better and continue to improve.
Oh, look at that steal by Brooks Foster. She's still stink bit as she has yet to score. And she slams her hands together.
Yeah, that's where the freshman just got to take that extra step and where she can get it off the window instead of going over the front of the rim. But India Reese.
How about that? India Reese on the floor with her team up 21 points.
And not slowing down, just getting those hustle plays, those steals. They're really not paying attention to her, and she's really becoming a thorn in the Eagles right now.
And when Coach McCune looks back at this tape, he's going to have a huge smile on his face because his team, even up as big as they are, had just been fighting for every single possession here tonight. Andrews, no hesitation. 21 points now for the junior Andrews, now and over and back.
Well, you can just see without Olivia Stack on the floor, it's kind of that general, it just, they're just out of sorts right now, Brad, and just really can't get their feet under them.
Well, and at some point they're going to have to bring her back in and just play her with 4 fouls because she's doing you no good on the bench.
Well, especially with a lead like that, I agree.
Duck under. Hayes up ahead, good pass. Gabriella Gochai. Tegan Malloy catches the pass at the free throw line, hands off to Brooks Foster, back to Malloy. She can knock down the 3. Andrews. Little fade away.
She hasn't missed from anywhere in that 7-foot radius we talked about. I mean, she has just hit everything, and now a steal by Reese.
Cougars just pouring it on right now.
44 of the 48 points by that dynamic trio.
Including 23 right now for Andrews.
Oh, she might start be thinking about that 38 again. Can you imagine just having 2 30-point games in a season?
Well, then the question becomes is how long does Coach McCune allow her to play?
Well, that's a $1 million question, Brad.
Wholesale changes now. Jessica Moshenko.
There's your answer.
Tia
She's
Rizzo,
coming.
and Brooklyn Garvalia into the game. No sign of Stack yet.
Well, maybe with Andrews going out, this allows you to maybe keep her off the bench depending on what your team does here. But you're gonna have to make a decision really soon. Reese knocks down her 8th point.
And this full court pressure defense that Dakota puts on after makes, as Moshenko gets called for the foul, it is stifling and it has to be frustrating. But it is the MO of a Phil McCune coach team. He puts it on and he keeps it on.
And he's done it with everybody. It's not just a certain grouping that's in the game. Anyone who's been in the game, it's full court pressure. This is the expectation. This is how you are expected to play.
And
another
it leads
steal.
to another turnover. Now a trap right at the half-court line. Eisenhower finally able to beat it. Raymond drop-off pass.
Garvaglia with the block. Maybe, oh, what a pass.
What a bullet inside of Malloy.
Boy, the freshman can dish it. Mom and Dad sitting right below us smiling, I can tell you that much. Oh.
A bank shot.
Yeah, like a little baby hook from about 9 feet. Right off the window and in.
Raymond's got 4 points in this quarter. And now Jessica Mashenko involved in the scoring. A near steal for Rizzo.
Boy, it's just contagious, and here you go. Gus is back in the game. 2-2 off from blue, and here comes Andrews.
Little chess match between head coaches there. And Coach Piper for Eisenhower tried to sneak Stack by out onto the floor, and Coach McEwen, you're not gonna sneak one past me.
Not so fast.
Going up strong, nice. Heradas.
Yeah, second little hook shot there by Heradas, and nice job of getting in the paint there.
Carvalho. Andrews back outside. Look out, Mashenko. She can hit from downtown. Malloy goes up for the rebound, grabs it. Back out to Mashenko, draws a triple team. Andrews, ooh, she thought about it.
I thought that was going up.
Inside to Malloy.
Rizzo.
Andrews trying to get everybody involved now. Oh, a little hesitation. No, that's going to hit travel.
I didn't think they were going to call that, but yeah, the back official finally spotted it and blew his whistle. But boy, the Cougars just put on a clinic, aren't they, Brad?
And it's fun to watch.
53 points with $1:30 to go in the third.
Team that's averaging 48.5. Stack tried to go up with the left hand, no good.
She's just forcing it. She hasn't been in the game very much, just trying to find her groove still.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe led to some of her foul trouble in that first half too. Just trying to do too much right now for Eisenhower. Andrews.
Bam.
Finally misses, but gets her own rebound.
I'm jinxing her.
Can't get the kind roll, and now saved out of bounds.
She just shook her head. Like.
Even the greats miss sometimes.
Can't go 40 for 40 like the Miami Heat did from the free throw line yesterday.
How crazy was that?
Nuts. They only won by 1. You want to talk about free throw shooting.
Rizzo to trigger. Finds Carvalho. Cross-court pass to Mashenko. Back to Carvalho.
Nice pass.
Huff path into the game. Maloney, she's battling. Finally gets the foul call.
the Eisenhower faithful trying to look for just any kind of help right now. Over the back, something to kind of give them a bone as they're down 24 points, Brad. Gracie needs to put a little bit more legs into that free throw. Nice rebound. Here comes Stack, 100 miles an hour down the floor. She's going up. She ain't gonna pass that. Bam.
Little turnaround jumper for Ava Stack.
5th point of the game. If you were to tell Coach McEwen coming in that with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, Ava Stack would have 5 points, he'd have called you a liar.
Carvalho bodied up, sent down hard to the floor. Get a foul call.
53-31, Dakota over Eisenhower. And we were expecting this to be a shootout, not a rout.
Rizzo gets trapped along this near sideline, tapped out of bounds. Active hands of McWethy.
How about the quick hands by the official right there to save that ball from going in the stands? Everybody's balling out tonight.
Must have been a former player. And just out of the outstretched reach there of Stack.
Yeah, McWethy making another steal. Boy, she has been the Eisenhower driving force tonight with Ava Stack in foul trouble. And boy, I mean, she's just played her heart out tonight. Just was not meant to be so far for the Eagles.
Tapped out of bounds into the Dakota bench, and they'll say Eisenhower basketball. 6.1 seconds remaining in the third quarter, so plenty of time now for the Eagles. Gonna put a little pressure on this inbound pass, and gonna make things a little more difficult. Now we're gonna get a foul call.
They are just challenging up. I mean, they're up 22 points. They are challenging every single pass.
Well, want to make a lasting impression on Eisenhower for that rematch. Nothing's going to come easy. Stack fires from just inside a half-court line. Can't get it to fall. And after 3 quarters of play, the Cougars 53, the Eagles 31. We'll keep it right here on CBC TV.
Boy, the defense of the Cougars tonight has just kind of left us speechless. The 12-person student section that showed up tonight. Boy, you've missed one, folks. This is one you should have been at. It's been an absolute dominating performance. And I'm telling you what, the 5 girls Coach McEwen's talking to right now on the bench, they're not done. They're not done playing. I'm sure the expectation is to finish out this 8 minutes playing as good as they can and send a message to who's on deck, which is the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils, correct?
It is.
I was paying attention in class, Mr. Fetters.
Friday night, 7 p.m. on the road in Grosse Pointe Farms. As for the Eisenhower Eagles, their Friday night opponent will be L'Anse Creuse North. That's a home game Friday night, 7 p.m. Next week they have road games against Port Huron, the Big Reds, and Grosse Pointe North. We mentioned those rematches against Grosse Pointe North. Can either one of these teams come up with the upset victory? Oh boy, picking up the pivot foot there. Tambry Williams traveled.
Just trying to do too much. When you got that pressure, you got to just move the basketball and pass. Dribbling through and that's exactly what Dakota wants you to do, and that's what Ike has continued to do all night long, and just put themselves in so much trouble.
Simone Andrews, 23 points. Maloney, a little bit of a wild hook shot. Can't get to fall.
New meaning to the term runner?
One way to look at it. I couldn't quite come up with the verbiage to call it. I called it a hook shot. It wasn't really a hook shot.
That's why they paid me the big bucks, Brad.
Of course. Thanks for the assist.
It's nice when I can order off the dollar menu at McDonald's now.
Oh, nice look inside.
That's pretty.
Lena Sturza. Her first points of the night. Coach Piper is kind of filled in with some role players. And Maloney.
Well, maybe not the runner, but boy, she hit that nice 15-footer, huh?
Now apply some stifling defense.
Making her middle school coach proud up here.
Lena Sturza, wearing 13 in blue.
Not much has gone wrong for the gals in white tonight, Brad.
Stack, trying to step back and now has to defer. McWethy to Stack. Kind of works around a curl. Six and a half minutes remaining. 55-33. Dakota up big. Kickball there defensively.
With just the amount of lead here, I mean, it's kind of. I mean, I'm sure the Ike kids Ike folks are quiet here, but a little surprising how quiet everyone is here in this gym. I mean, you've come in a battle of some powerhouses in the red division, and this gym right now at times has been just dead quiet. And I don't know how you not get fired up with your team playing as well as they have tonight.
Oh, Reese.
They're gonna call foul in India. Yeah, you can't do that.
Stack took exception to it. Rightfully so. Now, we mentioned the MAC Red right now. Grosse Pointe North off to that perfect 3-0 record. Eisenhower and Dakota tied for second right now, one game back at 2-1. L'Anse Creuse North at 1-2, and then Grosse Pointe South and Port Huron both 0-2. Other games from around the league tonight. Grosse Pointe North playing South at North. So two rivals going at it. Port Huron on the road taking on L'Anse Creuse North.
Andrews to Williams. Her 16th point of the night.
Stack, oh boy, some fancy ball work there. Misses short.
Yeah, she just hasn't been in rhythm all night.
She canned that super long three. She did pick up a field goal in the third quarter, but that's it, just 5 points for Ava Stack, the senior.
After that long three, she picked up more fouls than points until she hit that deuce later on. But yeah, it's just been a struggle for Stack tonight. The Cougars had a nice game plan coming in, matching up, Williams on her and even Andrews, and that combination just kind of wore out with the fouls. And the Eagles have never been able to get their feet on the ground. I'm sure they're going to go back, watch the tape, and just kind of highlight that game later on in the season. Hey, they're coming to our place. Let's just kind of reset ourselves and see if we can split the season series. It's got to be the mindset right now of the Eagles.
If you're a fan of girls basketball around the county, right now Ford and Romeo tied for the Mac White lead. Both of those teams off to perfect 3-0 starts. And Ford looks like they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. They are off to an 8-1 start.
Yeah, Ford's gotten out of the gates just gunslingers out of the gates.
And they are right now the leading scorers in all of Macomb County. 56 points per game for Ford.
They're averaging, I thought it was in the 60s the last time I saw it.
No, it's down to 56 right now.
I mean, that's a huge, when you think about averages, for 9 games to average 50, that's a lot of points.
And they're only giving up 32 per game. They're at home tonight against Anchor Bay.
Yeah, much better, Gracie.
So Friday night's going to be a big one as Ford's going to go on the road to take on Romeo. So battle for the Mac White will take place on Friday. Eisenhower calls timeout. Gracie Maloney making the first. Just going to have to think about the second.
Trying to ice the free throw shooter here with 5 minutes to go.
As we mentioned, Ford and Romeo off to perfect 3-0 starts in Mac White play. Mac Blue right now is in the control of Marysville. They've gotten off to a perfect 3-0 start. Cousino 3-1 in South Lake 2-1. Chippewa Valley off to a difficult 2-8 start, 1-3 in Mac Blue play. Will have their game, their upcoming game against South Lake. Yep.
That's going to be a big one for the Big Reds. They knocked off Stevenson early, but then felt one of those games they lost in the division was to Marysville. 59 points. 59 to 33. Who would have thunk it, Brad?
Oh, nice
what a move.
spin move. Wow.
Oh, that's a 59-33 foul call right there. That was all ball. Gracie's looking around like, what did I do?
And Raymond
That's a 26-point lead foul call.
Raymond has been very good off the bench. She's got 4 points in the second half, but she has done a lot with the basketball to get noticed here.
Well, come springtime, Brad, check out Gracie Maloney on the softball diamond as she throws rockets across the diamond from third base and hurls fastballs on the mound. She is a baller on the softball field.
Well, now, Jeff, it's not the mound, it's the circle in softball.
Yeah, well, whatever. Tomato, tomato. She can play.
Father, longtime baseball coach at Warren Mott.
Yes. And going to take her talents to North Texas as she committed there for softball. And right now, doing some damage on the boards. Gracie and Tambry padding the rebounding stats here.
Oltersdorf for 3. And Williams. 18 points for Tambry.
This has been just an impressive performance here by the Cougars tonight. 49 of the 61 points by Reese, Williams, and Andrews.
Brooklyn
Andrews
Garvalia,
Yep.
Gia Rizzo, Jessica Moshenko, Boltersdorf, and Sydney Puffpath, the 5 on the floor right now for Dakota. Rizzo had her pocket picked. Raymond. Devin Raymond with 8 points, sophomore for Eisenhower. Arvalia. Jessica Moshenko. There's a 3 on the way, just off the side iron, off Puffpath's hands and out of bounds.
Well, 3:47 to go. If you're Coach McEwen, now you're just like, let's get to the end of this game. No one get injured. You know, we've done what we needed to do tonight. I think we've made a statement to the rest of the division that, we're starting to hit our stride here when you put on a game like this, and you want to follow that up with another good performance in your next one, which is Friday night.
This Dakota team always finds ways to really round into form. Shenko picks up her dribble, passes out of it. Oltersdorf, Arvalia, out of bounds. Basketball over to the Eagles.
I'll give a nice little shout out to Jennifer McLeod. She's played her tail off tonight. She's going to get pulled for the probably final 3:24 of this game. But boy, she has played tough tonight for the Eagles, and I think that deserves worth mentioning.
She finishes with 9. Oltersdorf rips it down. Moshenko comes up. Called a lot of games with her sister. Using the free hand, create a little separation. Gia Rizzo now on the score sheet.
Yeah, nice little running hook in the lane. Little smile on her face after she made that one.
And canning one on the other end, Brooke Nicholson.
Nice baseline jumper there from 10 feet.
So everybody getting involved in the scoring now. And tie up, Puffpath. The junior.
Checking in from Cougars, number 33, Tambry Williams. Number 30, Tegan Malloy.
Tambry Williams back in the game, along with Tegan Malloy. Malloy, one of those captains. Coach McEwen's got a bunch of captains on his roster this year. I think he's got 4 listed, doesn't he? India Reese, Simone Andrews, Tegan Malloy, and Tambry Williams. Yeah, 4 this year.
Yes.
India Reese, the only senior in the starting lineup.
And she showed some of that leadership tonight. She has had a great all-around game.
Malloy, she likes it from distance, and she knocks it down. It's the name of her game. She's a spot-up shooter from 3. Rizzo with the steal now. Out in transition. Oh, hard foul and 1. That's when you know everything's going your way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Ike right now, I mean, you've took one on the chin tonight. And this is kind of one that you remember when you had the rematch at your place. It's been all the gals in the white tonight, the Dakota Cougars.
It's Tambry Williams with an offensive rebound. She traveled, and now you kind of hold your breath as she makes her way back up onto 2 feet.
She's limping. Coach McEwen, get her out of that game right now and let her sit. And he's looking. Well, maybe not yet.
He's gonna have to bring somebody out. And Tambry's not doing well.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be Puffpath.
Eisenhower 3, no good. Malloy comes down with it. Well, that's what you kind of talked about, right? You just wanted to leave this game healthy, and you just hope that's maybe just a little bit of a tweak to an ankle. That's something a little more serious. Cross-court pass to Rizzo. Drives. Flips one out to Malloy. And the extra skip pass to the outside. Mashenko, a little floater.
Puff pass.
Banking it in. Puff pass.
70 points.
Unbelievable. Oh, nice solid drive. Paige Hayes. Rebound by Nicholson. Outside shot, no good. Bounds around, and finally the Cougars come down with it. Pushing, Rizzo. Why not?
And the way everything's gone for the Cougars tonight, well, I mean, might as well launch it from half court. I mean, maybe play a lottery ticket on the way home.
Yeah, the Mega Millions, right? It's over $1 billion.
Something. They have done no wrong tonight. You know,
just the seniors that are 18 and older for those lottery tickets,
yes,
by the way.
Yes,
or maybe Coach McCune. So Delaney Bruno.
If I'm Coach McHugh on the bench right now, I'm back in the lazy boy, maybe taking a nap right now the way things have gone tonight. Good Lord.
Well, the only thing of note to pay attention to is Tambry Williams, who looks like she's visibly in pain.
Yeah, it's never good when you roll an ankle. You take that thing up, ice it up. We're going to be tender for a few days, and hopefully by Friday it's good because they're going to need her at Grosse Pointe South for sure. Very tough gym to play at.
So Bruno able to knock down both.
Yeah, nice 2 free throws there by Bruno. You had a little, something when you saw her name.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna stay away from that tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from it. It's too easy, right? Very famous Disney movie right now. I'm sure she's heard enough of it, so we won't go there tonight.
Ball movement, yeah. Yeah, she picked up the pivot foot.
One more possession perhaps here for Eisenhower. 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Well, this is our second look at this Dakota team, and they have impressed in both games that we have seen them here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Blowout victory over Chippewa Valley, and a blowout victory here tonight on their home floor. A foul sent Paige Hayes to the line.
A nice drive there with the basket. Still playing hard to the very end. Again, another sign of a well-coached team, not giving up.
It's going to be difficult to knock off Grosse Pointe North, but if Dakota plays like they played here tonight, not many teams are going to offer them resistance.
I mean, you would just hope that, you know, just the grind of the red division, someone's got to be able to get them on some night. Very tough to run the table here in this division with the talent.
And you take a look at what happened with the MAC Red in terms of boys basketball last season. You had a co-share at 7-3. So 3 losses was good enough to win a MAC Red title. Arguably one of the toughest divisions in all of Michigan. What a phenomenal performance tonight out of your Dakota Cougars. 70-41 the final score. Simone Andrews, phenomenal, 23 points. Tambry Williams, 18 in the effort here tonight for the Dakota Cougars. A lot to be happy about, Jeff Vitale.
That was an awesome performance, Brad. I'm speechless.
For our director, James Calderon, and my speechless broadcast partner, Jeff Vitale, I'm Brad Fire saying goodnight one final time from Dakota High School. Once again, your final score. The Cougars 70, the Eisenhower Eagles 41. Dakota improves to 3-1 in MAC Red play. Eisenhower falls to 6-2, 6-3 overall. This has been a Chippewa Valley Cable Television production. We'll see you next time.